Cenizo, and now friends of the El Cenizo Public Library, the Laredo Daybreak Rotary Club. And then we also have the trustees who made this possible, for believing in El Cenizo back in 2002, the Bruni Trust. I hope I didn't forget Elias. And another good friend of ours, we have our city councilwoman, Nelly Vierma. And she may not have a title, but she's the most important woman in my life. And how not to recognize her, my mommy, Magdalena Gonzalez. We do have the representing Summon Contractors, the project contractors and engineer, Mr. David Davila. If I'm not mistaken, she's just walking in, City Commissioner number 1 for the city of El Cenizo, Juan Valdez. Mr. Velasquez here. Is Ms. Perales here?
She couldn't make it. She's
okay.
Representing her.
So representing our county treasurer, Mr. Jaime Velasquez. And we do have our chief of police, Edgar Garcia, for the city of El Cenizo. Y las chicas de oro from Mirando, Texas. Back there. At this time, I'd like to call upon our keynote speaker, the Honorable Jesse Gonzalez, Webb County Commissioner, Precinct 1.
Well, good morning. Good morning. I'm just going to say a few words because I know we have some speakers lined up. But basically, I want to mention that Mayor, he's been fighting for this project for the longest time. It's been years, and it's long overdue. For me, I'm proud to be a part of something like this that is going to be beneficial for the city of El Cenizo and for Webb County. I know Mayor Reyes for quite some time now, and something I've learned from Mayor Reyes is that he's always been passionate. He's always been a good leader that fights for his community and fight for something that is needed. Again, this library, when I walked in here, I hadn't seen it since the groundbreaking, and it's amazing. The contractor, mayor with the leadership did an amazing work here. And I know, representing Webb County, we have the county judge and Commissioner Tijerina. We're going to continue to work together with Mayor Reyes and bring some more equipment and software that is going to be beneficial for our future. Believe me that with the leadership of Mayor Reyes and this public library, it's going to help produce a lot of leaders within our youth, for the city and both for the county. If you look at the program, just look at the back page, it takes a team effort. A big team effort with the dedication and the passion to serve our community to be able to produce a project like this. With the leadership of Mayor Reyes, finally the doors are going to be open for this much needed library in El Cenizo. So Mayor, on behalf of Webb County, Honorable Judge Tijerina, our Commissioner's Court, we congratulate you on this amazing journey, amazing accomplishment, and we wish you a job well done.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner, for those kind words. And we are looking forward to the partnership that we've established and your proactive leadership and involvement in your precinct. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for Precinct 1. At this time, I'd also like to recognize representing the Superintendent of Schools for United Independent School District, Mr. Eddie Zuniga. We have a lot of special guests here with us, but I'd like to start off by introducing those who have really played a very instrumental, vital role in making this possible. This has been 14 years in the works. I'd like to start off by calling upon Lupita Cepeda, giving some remarks from the Honorable Tracy King, State Representative, District 80.
On behalf of our State Representative Tracy King, he writes a letter to you, Mayor. Dear Mayor Raul Reyes, Commissioner Jesse Gonzalez, and distinguished guests. Please accept my most sincere congratulations on the grand opening of the Lamar Bruni Vergara at Cenizo Public Library. Libraries are places for community engagement and a platform for great minds to come together. In addition to connecting people to information, libraries connect people to people. The way people are using our libraries is changing as fast as technology is changing society. Increasingly, libraries are becoming a place for creation and collaboration. I deeply regret I am unable to be with you today for this grand occasion. Were it not for the closing of the 85th legislative session and the need to fulfill my legislative responsibilities to continue fighting for additional funds for our communities and schools, I would gladly be there with you today. The opportunity to represent you in the Texas House of Representatives is an honor and a privilege that I take very seriously. Again, thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to visiting at Cenizo this summer and touring the Lamar Bruni Vergara at Cenizo Public Library. Respectfully, Tracy O. King, State Representative. Thank you.
There is a lot of work going on right now up in our state capitol. So I do commend the efforts of not only Representative Tracy King, but also Representative Richard Raymond and our amazing Senator Judith Saffarini for all the hard work they do and for really representing the interests of Webb County, Cenizo, Rio Bravo, Laredo, and all the surrounding areas within Webb County. So thank you all for everything that y'all do for Webb County. At this time, I'd also like to call upon the Honorable Tano Tijerina, Webb County Judge.
Good morning, everyone. I will give you a little different reception. I would like to say first, congratulations to everyone that has been a part of this. And it does take a synergy. It does take a synergy to do something like this. And you know, and I'm going to have to probably go into a little detail, Mayor, so you have to forgive me.
That's right.
All right. Since I'm already excusing myself. It's one of those, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to. No. On the contrary, what I really would like to say is, you know, and these, we have Commissioner Gonzalez now here at Precinct 1, but I will have to give thanks also to Commissioner Frank Shirafa. You know, he worked really hard on this one. When I came into office, this was one of his #1 priorities that he wanted to get finished, regardless, so he wanted to finish it off. One of the things that I noticed, and the mayor came to me right away when I came into office, and he started talking to me about this library. And I said, okay, well, let's get it going. Let's get it going. What's going on? He says, well, we've been working on this for almost 12 years now. And I said, I know government is slow, but dang, I mean, this is getting very big. You know, but we need to move. And so what we started noticing, and what I started noticing is, you know, it's amazing how politics come to play a lot of times. And then here and there and this and that. But I will tell you this. One of the things that I admire from Mayor Raul Reyes, and one of the things that I noticed from Commissioner Shirafa too, is even though that the mayor was running against Frank Shirafa, I will tell you that they came together for this particular project. And I know that for a fact because they sat in my office many, many times and talked about it like grown, true men should. Leaders of their community should. Not bigger and argue on who and what name's gonna be on it. So I was very impressed with that, Mayor. I want to give you my hats off to you on that because I already spoke to Frank about this, Commissioner Shirafa, because I thought it was very honorable. People don't get to see that often. I didn't, you know, that was very shocking on both parts to see what y'all were doing and the way y'all were working and collaborating together. So I wanted to give you that perception. I wanted to give you that side of the story because a lot of people don't know that part.
And I think it's important to say, because what they were looking for is what was best for the community of Cenizo. It was best for the children of Cenizo. You know, public libraries, if you could remember, I guess if you're under 30, you're not going to, but when you open up that old book, what does it smell like? You know, very often we don't smell that anymore. Why? Because now we're on the computer, right? So our eyes are getting cross-eyed. But you know what's amazing is that we still need to open up a book every now and then. And that's why the only thing that I asked for the mayor was have some books in there, but make sure to have a computer app too, because that's where we are nowadays. This is I'm a concrete guy. I need pages sometimes to turn. I can't read a book on the iPad. I have to have a physical book. That's me. I'm very old school, and that's okay. But in all, I want to thank everyone. The Rotary Club, I want to thank the family for y'all doing what y'all did. It's beautiful, it's very obvious. I want to thank, where's Mrs. Joe Martin? Right here. Bruni Trust. Thank you for what you all have done too, and obviously bringing all this to fruition. So on behalf of the Commissioners Court and myself, I really want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate the citizens here. It's going to be something that's definitely going to be a standout. It's going to be a part of the pillar of the community. Congratulations, Mayor.
Well, you're not the only one who's a little bit old school. As I take my courses for the Masters of Public Administration, sometimes it's more inexpensive to download the electronic version of the book temporarily than to rent or purchase the book. And I found myself at one point trying to save a little money and getting the electronic versions of it. That doesn't work for me. I actually need a book to physically study and see and read for myself. So as much as technology has enhanced and transitioned into one of the leading roles in today's society, there is still room for a good book. I'd also like to call upon the representative from Roberto Santos from the United Independent School District to say a few words, Mr. Zuniga, or Mr. Juanina.
Thank you. On behalf of Roberto Santos, our superintendent, and of course our board of trustees, congratulate the mayor and the city of Cenizo for this project. I know this building actually was on our tax roll, basically repossessed some time back, so it was sitting back, and I think the mayor approached Mr. Molina, and Mr. Molina, of course, approached the rest of the board of trustees, saying, just turn it over to them because they want to build a library. We couldn't, as a district, we couldn't have thought of a better project than to have a library. So again, on behalf of our superintendent, board of trustees, congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
I'd also like to recognize the Honorable Ricardo Jaime, El Cenizo Municipal Court Judge. I think he's back there too. At this time, I'd also like to call upon the President of the Laredo Daybreak Rotary, Marisela Rangel, to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. As President of the Laredo Daybreak Rotary, it is an honor and a pleasure to be here today to contribute to the establishment of the Lamar Bruni Vergara and El Cenizo Public Library. Laredo Daybreak was established in 1984 with a mission similar to other Rotary clubs to make a difference in our community through service above self. That is the Rotary motto. And whether big or small, we strive for our actions to change or impact as many lives in our community for the better. For the past 32 years, Laredo Daybreak Rotary has sought to promote on advanced literacy, education, and economic and community development. And whether we are doing that through the yearly scholarships that we award, or last year helping to donate sewing machines to Casa de Misericordia for their use and development of skills for those ladies that find themselves in the shelter so they can promote independence. We seek these types of projects so that we can also enhance the community of El Cenizo. So approximately 2 years ago, when Mayor Reyes spoke at one of our weekly Friday 7:30 a.m. meetings, and he mentioned how we hoped that one day this grand opening would happen. You know, and at that time, you know, it had already been a dream of 12 years in the making. You know, and since that time, Laredo Daybreak, particularly we had a member, Daniel Guevara, who envisioned a project where we could contribute towards bringing this library to fruition in an effort to advance literacy, education, and also to promote economic and community development. You know, Danny monitored that project for many years with Mayor Reyes, and unfortunately he passed away before the mayor was able to secure this particular building. So when we learned that this building was secured, we saw the opportunity. So about a year ago, we proceeded to file a district grant. We are just one of about 35,000 Rotary clubs around the world. We have about 50 members, and there's about 1.2 million members, Rotary members around the world. But we're just one small group in District 5930 that goes from Laredo all the way about east to Victoria, all the way south to Brownsville. So with the financial help of the other 4 Rotary clubs in Laredo Rotary, which is represented here today by Roberto Vela and Jeff Jones, the Laredo Gateway Rotary, the Laredo Next Generation Rotary, Laredo Under 7 Flags, and also the Rotary Club of Corpus Christi, we were able to file an application for a grant, and obviously we were successful in that effort. You know, while the total of about $8,500 worth of books were purchased, and some shelves and tables, in addition with LULAC contributing some computers, when Lupita Cepeda asked Roger Rocha, who's a member of Laredo Next Generation, to contribute, we saw a vision there. But our goal was more than just those material and physical things that you see before you. Our true goal was to change and impact as many lives in our community for years to come. You know, my parents taught me that an education is the greatest gift you could ever give yourself. It is the one thing somebody could never take away. And if you ever were to stumble in life, it is that same education that allows you to regain your footing and continue in an onward and upward direction in life. But an education does not end or is not solely gained within the walls of our schools. It is also gained within the libraries in our communities, within these vast array of books and other educational tools like the computers you see before you. The citizens of El Cenizo now have a library in their community, and we hope that we have contributed in some small way to changing and impacting the lives of the citizens. Our hope is that our contribution will provide you, the citizens of El Cenizo, with more opportunities to expand your learning and education, to gain more knowledge, to fulfill more of your dreams, and to achieve even greater success in your futures. We congratulate the citizens of El Cenizo, Texas, and Mayor Reyes on your achievement in this Lamar Bruni Vergara El Cenizo Public Library.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ronquette, for those amazing words filled with so much inspiration and heart. At this time, I'd like to also call upon representing our LULAC National President Roger Rocha, Ms. Julie Bazan.
Good morning, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to be here today before you and to take part in this celebration. On behalf of our National LULAC office and our National LULAC President, Mr. Roger Rocha, who could not be here today. He's currently in Washington, D.C., finalizing plans for our state convention and national convention, which will take place in Corpus and San Antonio. But he did want me to be here today and express to you how much this means to LULAC and to the national program and all of the many different councils throughout the state of Texas. Education for LULAC is something that is very important. It's at the top of the list. And we're very honored to be able to be part of this library by contributing along with our partner AT&T some computer systems so that our students can learn and take advantage of this wonderful facility that was built through the efforts of many partners that are here today. He did want me to share with you, Mayor, that this might be only the beginning, that he, along with the national office, stand with you, just like the other LULAC councils, when it comes to education, when it comes to empowering our youth to think big, to reach for the stars and never give up. And so whenever we impact the life of the youth, we impact the life of our future generations and our leaders to come. So we hope that this is just a small way of saying thank you, and thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be part of this great resource in our community. And on behalf of Mr. Roger Roach, I thank all the community of Cenizo for allowing us to be part of this project. Thank you.
Speaker that we have is representing the Honorable Henry Guea, our U.S. Congressman, Francis Atwell.
You framed it this time.
Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Francis Atwell once again. I'm from Congressman Henry Guea's office. On behalf of the Congressman, thank you all so much for the invitation. It's really great seeing a project like this going. I remember I was here in the summer with the mayor, and well, when you were commissioner-elect at the time also, for the groundbreaking ceremony back in the summer. And it was really nice seeing that something like this was starting to come up in Cenizo, and just whatever we were able to help. About 2 weeks ago, I was here with the mayor, and we had donated 165 votes from the Library of Congress. And the Congressman wanted me to follow up by presenting the city with a flag flown over the U.S. Capitol. At this time, I'd actually like to take a picture of the past 13 minutes.
It's a little heavy.
It's one of the smaller ones. Yeah.
Smile. Ready to count. This way, guys, this way. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have just the perfect place. Thank you, Congressman, and thank you, Mr. Atwell. She wasn't in the program because I wasn't sure she was going to make it, but it fills my heart with so much joy to see one of the pillars in our education community, someone who has done so much for our children, who continues to push our children towards greatness. We don't often get the recognition that we deserve. But let me tell you one thing, our local elementary school, Kennedy Zapata Elementary, is one of the best in the entire district. We just don't hear about it. So I'd like to call upon our amazing, inspirational, awesome principal, Ms. Thelma Martinez from Kennedy Zapata Elementary.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning. Very unexpected. Anyway, at this time, I just want to thank you all the support that we have, and it's all for the benefit of our children. Many of you know me for a very, very long time. I've known Mayor Reyes since he was a student at Salvador Garcia. This is my community. I feel like I have spent more time here than in my own home. I am so blessed to be part of this community and to be part of this great thing that I know has been a dream of yours for a very long time. A big congratulations, and it makes me so honored to not only see all the great things he has done for the community, but to see him rise from a student to the mayor of El Cenizo. So at this time, please, a big round of applause. Everything that all of you do for us on a daily basis. It's about the future, it's about our kids, and we can only go forward. Thank you for your support. Congratulations to all of you, and to Wawi and to everybody here. I know that I've had the pleasure of Commissioner Gonzalez in many of our events at school, and tomorrow we have a date. I'm holding you to that. And once again, congratulations to everybody, and thank you so much for making us part of this great event for El Cenizo. Thank you.
All right, so one of the good things about my mayor's address is that after 48 hours of more than 36 interviews with national media outlets, I think I'm losing my voice, and I think I'm getting sick. So I'm gonna keep it very short. Those of you that know me personally know that I can go on forever when it comes to speaking. But I wanted, before I give my remarks, I wanted to share with you a letter that I wrote to the founders of the whole concept of the El Cenizo Library. And it starts like this, and this is to every single person in here that lives in El Cenizo, los miembros de la comunidad, esto es para ustedes. Queridos y queridas amigos y amigas de la biblioteca. Hace 14 años, un grupo de líderes comprometidos de la comunidad tuvo un sueño y dieron inicio a una campaña para construir la primera biblioteca centro de aprendizaje en nuestra comunidad. Teniendo en cuenta los numerosos desafíos que el proyecto experimentó a lo largo de los años, me complace informarles que este viejo sueño de hace 14 años hoy se convierte en una realidad. Esto es posible por el trabajo duro y el compromiso de mi administración y del apoyo y el compromiso de la Corte de Comisionados del Condado de Webb y los dirigentes del Distrito Escolar United Independent School District. Como uno de los miembros fundadores de este proyecto, y porque sé que al igual que yo, ustedes valoran el significado de una biblioteca y los servicios que es capaz de proporcionar a nuestra comunidad, esto es para ustedes. Para aquellas personas que vieron a este sueño como tal, un sueño, para aquellas personas que trabajaron bien duro y ya no están con nosotros porque pasaron la mejor vida, para aquellos niños llenos de mucho entusiasmo, con la esperanza de ver una biblioteca durante el movimiento, que ahora ya son adultos y tienen sus propias familias y sus propios niños. Para aquellas abuelas y abuelos que quedaron en espera de este proyecto, y para aquellas personas que nunca perdieron fe y esperanza. Hoy esta ceremonia y esta apertura es para cada uno de ustedes. Este es un proyecto de la comunidad, esta es una biblioteca comunitaria, y aquí está un buen amigo de la comunidad, el licenciado Israel Reina, que fue uno de los pilares en cuestión de ver este movimiento florecer. Y este proyecto es de la gente, es de ustedes. Y a ustedes es a quien le deben de dar todo el reconocimiento, porque esperaron 14 años aquellas personas que ya no están con nosotros, aquellos niños que ya son adultos, que ya tienen sus familias, y aquellos nueva generación de jóvenes que ya están entusiasmados para poder entrar, abrir un libro y usar una computadora. Muchas de las veces por primera vez, en especial porque muchos de nuestros niños no tienen acceso a internet de alta velocidad en sus viviendas y mucho menos a una computadora. Esto es para cada uno de ustedes. Muchas felicidades. Can't believe it's been 14 years. 14 years when community members really came together and had a dream. A dream that one day El Cenizo too could have its own library. And for many communities across Texas, having a library is a given. It's something that comes with community development. But for El Cenizo, it's always been a big challenge. Just like the many things that we undertake as a community and society have been challenges. During these past 48 hours, I've been reminded of many things. I've been reminded of why it is I ventured into public office. I've been reminded why it is I love what I do and I'm so passionate about serving not only families and children in my community, but across the county, serving in numerous boards and committees. And one of the things that strikes me today, and during these past 48 hours, when people want to see me give up, when people chant hateful remarks and hateful comments towards me based on my personal stance and my decision to stand up for civil rights and human rights and for equality for each and every person that lives here. Because I have seen separation of families. I have witnessed discrimination against my people. I have seen abuse of power. And I have been standing up, fighting for and advocating for my community's children and families since the age of 14 years old, and I tell them I'm not stopping anytime soon. Part of our responsibility as public leaders is to ensure that we provide every single possible tool and resource necessary to get ahead and stay ahead. The significance of this opening of the El Cenizo Library is not only to have yet another public building, it's not only to fill and provide more jobs. This is about providing the tools and resources to our children, to our families, to our current generation and future generations, and afford the availability of access to these resources, just like any other Texas community across this state and across this country. It's simple as that. A lot of the times we take things for granted. We take having electricity, having running water, having library, having paved streets, having sidewalks for granted. And I think one of the major moments of El Cenizo has been its decision to incorporate to a small municipality. And it's come with challenges. Those of you who have been friends of the El Cenizo community and who have followed the transformation from a colonia to a small municipality and the growth and the community development and the improvements in infrastructure, you've seen the struggles, you've seen the battles, and you've seen the injustices towards our community. And you've seen that sometimes even our own discriminate against each other. But I've learned that this is what small communities all across our state and rural communities across our country deal with every single day. And I know that Commissioner Gonzalez and Commissioner Tijerina, they represent a portion of rural Webb County that have presence of colonias, current colonias that don't have paved streets, some that don't have access to water and electricity. So I can only sympathize with the work that they have to do every single time and look at their constituents and try to comfort them and try to install some type of hope that they're doing everything they can to get these services and get these communities functioning and having the same basic amenities that any community across our state should have. So rather than cry, because I will probably get hateful comments saying how much I was paid to cry, I will say this. I am very proud of all of the partners that have partnered with El Cenizo for this project. I know sometimes I may have a lot on my plate. It's tough being a small town mayor. We don't get paid, believe it or not. It's like a volunteer job. So we have our full-time jobs, our professions. We have a family of our own, and we have other responsibilities and commitments. And when you're a proactive community leader such as myself, then you seem to get involved in so many things that you lose track once in a while of when your next board meeting is or when your next function is. But when you're passionate and you love what you do, this just comes natural. People keep on asking me, how do you do it? At one point, you had your full-time job, you were a full-time mayor, you were involved in more than 6 boards and committees, and you were taking 5 classes at Texas A&M International University and 3 classes at LCC, all within the same semester. And I really never, stopped to think about these things. It just really comes natural. That is why I've never lost hope in this project. That is why I kept on fighting, I kept on pushing, and I am very thankful to every single person, organization, and institution that made this a reality today. We still have work to do, but we're going to get it done, just like we have been these past 12 and a half years. So special thanks to the Lamar Bruni Vegara Trust, to the Webb County Commissioner's Court, to the United Independent School District Board of Trustees, to the City of El Cenizo, to the Laredo Daybreak Rotary, to the League of United Latin American Citizens, to the Friends of the El Cenizo Public Library, many of which are sitting here with us today, who have just done something so remarkable, and just a gesture of donating books goes a long way. That means you believe in this project and you believe in providing the tools and the resources to our children and our future generations. And lastly, to our contractor, Summit Contractors Incorporated, our project engineer, Mr. David Davila. Thank you. God bless each and every one of you. God bless El Cenizo. Continue to pray for our state and national leaders during these times where we've seen so much division, where we've seen so much hate, and continue to pray for the best country in the world, these United States of America. Thank you. dispense with a ribbon, and can I get all our, dignitaries up here so we can, officially cut the ribbon? Yes, and then, shortly after the ribbon cutting, please help yourself to some coffee, refreshments, and some miniature sweetbread. Thank you. What's it called? Where are Is there somebody else missing? Israel? Yes. Mr. Reina, come on. Reina? I know. 14 years later? Yeah, here. All right, and Mr. Zumia here? From UISD? Mr. Molina? Mr. Molina? Did they leave?
No, they're right there.
Oh, okay. We're just waiting on UISD. Big group. Ready? Okay, I was like, oh, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
My name is Yvonne Gribble. I actually live in Miranda City, but I have worked with and around the city of El Cenizo for many years.
Okay, so can you tell me what's going on today?
Today is the ribbon cutting and grand opening of the new library here in the city of El Cenizo, Texas. It's been a long time coming. They've been working officially on this project for over 14 years.
Is there anything that you can tell me that's interesting about the library?
Well, I think it's going to be very important to the people here because it's going to give them access to books, to technology center, and it's going to be a place for them to come and learn English and or improve your English skills and just in general help for their community.
So after 14 years, how excited are you?
It's a big day. Anytime there's something positive going on, it's something to celebrate.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, I know the Lamar Bruni Brigada Trust did a lot to make this possible, as did the Gateway Rotary Program and Mayor Reyes. Without his continued push and the members of his board, this would not have happened.
Lots of blood, sweat, and tears?
Pardon?
Lots of blood, sweat, and tears?
Well, definitely a lot of sweat and tears. I don't know about the blood, but we hope it doesn't come to that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just that I'm very excited for the people of El Cenizo, and I hope to visit often.
Commissioner Jesse Gonzalez, Precinct 1. What's your role? Webb County Commissioner, Precinct 1. All right, Commissioner, and what are we doing here today? Well, today we have the ribbon cutting and grand opening for the El Cenizo Public Library. this project has been in the works for over 14 years, and for me to be a part of this, historic day is just amazing. And I'm humbled to be here today. Mayor Reyes, which has been a strong advocate for the city of El Cenizo, we've been working together to better this project and providing software for the computers, more books, and office equipment. So, again, my big congratulations to the mayor for not giving up on this project, long overdue, and more than anything for the community that's going to benefit, especially our youth. I strongly believe, in libraries as technology takes a big role. Well, it doesn't hurt to open a book once in a while, especially at the young age of elementary, middle, and high school. You need to, continue reading. You need to focus on literature and education. Again, I strongly believe that this library, together with Mayor Raul Reyes, is going to produce a lot of good leaders for the community and for Webb County as a whole. So I'm just excited and humbled to be a part of this.
And what role did Webb County have to play in this?
It all started, again, about 14 years ago, and with the different changes of commissioner of this precinct, the program or the project was lost, the funding was moved and funneled to other projects. When I came on board, this is one of the things the mayor had said, the funding was already there, but he said, it just took so much, and when another commissioner would take office, they would use the funding elsewhere. And for me, again, our youth is one of my big things, that I'm going to be supportive. So from here on out until I'm in office, I am going to continue to support this project and other projects like this throughout our community in Webb County.
Anything else you want to add?
No, again, I just hope, we continue to do the work that we're doing, and when we collaborate with different entities and different organizations is when we get the most done for our community.
Nelly Vielma.
And what do you do?
I'm a city council member for District 5 in Laredo, and I was part of that original group 14 years ago that came to help us. Cenizo. We started a civil rights commission for all the abuse that was going on back then, and we also started this project about the library. So I'm very happy to see it come to fruition today, and I know that this is the pillar of education for a lot of the students, to continue to contribute to our society and to improve their economic chances in the future. So it's a great day for El Cenizo, and we're here to support them. And as a matter of fact, during this meeting, I also, through text, we took a vote. I'm a member of the Laredo Bar Association, and I'm happy to announce that we appropriated $1,500 to donate to El Cenizo for equipment as well for the library.
Is there anything else you want to add?
We hope for the city to continue to thrive and to stay strong against the odds, because they've done a lot and they continue to grow. And we know that this opportunity is going to bring a lot of inroads for education for their students, and we're happy to see this coming in today.
My name is Wawi Tijerina, and I'm the Webb County Commissioner for Precinct 2.
Come down to your level. Okay, so tell me, what are we doing here today?
Oh, we're here to join the mayor and the beautiful city of El Cenizo in the grand opening of their library. It was long overdue, and I'm very, very excited that now the children are going to have the necessary tools for them to further their education. I have always been a big believer that education is a key that opens all doors in life. I commend the mayor, I commend all the partners who were responsible in putting this together, because this is a life-changing experience for the children. This is what we need exactly for our children who are presently in school and for our future generations.
What role did you have in getting the library?
I am a member of the Commissioners Court, and we had a big part in the library here of El Cenizo. We funded some money to make sure that this would become a reality. I'm also a member of the Daybreak Rotary. The Daybreak Rotary also provided help to make this a reality.
Anything else you want to add?
I want to wish everyone a very, very good day, because this is a very exciting day, not only for Webb County, but especially the city of El Cenizo.
Juan Valdez.
How do you spell it?
Juani, Juany. Valdez, Valdez.
And what is your role here at El Cenizo?
I'm the city commissioner.
Okay. So what are we doing here today?
Well, we're basically, first of all, appreciating and thanking everybody that helped, that supported, that really made mayors, well, not actually mayors, he just only represents the voice of all of our community, and this is a huge dream, and this is just an amazing project that took a lot of time and effort to have. Our kids are really, like Mayor mentioned, some of them don't even have computers. And now they're going to be able to do their work, their projects, and, whenever they need downloads or something for the school. So,
a message for the children of El Cenizo for this library. And you can do it in Spanish if you want.
This is something that has been,
It's all right.
A message.
Like I said, if you want to do it in Spanish, it's easier. You can do it in
The message is that to have to come and bring themselves in here, take care of everything because it's for them. Everything here is has been no. Again. Really.
Fine. Come and enjoy, learn, educate yourself. I don't know.
See, the big message would be that to come and enjoy, to learn, and then whenever they need something, we're always here. There's always going to be, and we're going to try to take care of everything because it's not only for them. There are all others coming, and they're going to have the benefits that some of us we didn't at the time. So we really want to take care of all this and enjoy, like you said.
Is there anything you want to add? Message to the mayor, or city?
To the community, not only to the children. Yes, this is not like a daycare, like you can come and leave the kids. No, it's for them to come and help with them and teach them. So for our future, they'll be, our next mayor, our next future on them.